I love Tatiana Maslany. She's Canadian. Hello, we are infiltrating the MCU, and it's great with Simu Liu and Iman Vellani. Like, it's just amazing. Hey guys, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today, I will be giving you guys a preview, spoiler-free, of the first 4 episodes of She-Hulk. I will have my episode 1 review tomorrow, filled with spoilers for a 30-minute episode. So let's get into this. I love Tatiana Maslany. She's Canadian. Hello, we are infiltrating the MCU, and it's great with Simu Liu and Iman Vellani. Like, it's just amazing. So Tatiana being Jennifer Walters, I was really excited for her. If you haven't watched Orphan Black, she plays multiple clones in that show. Really, really strong. So give that a go, either before, during, or after you're waiting for She-Hulk or watching She-Hulk. I would definitely go watch Orphan Black. It's really good. She just has so much range, and I feel like after watching her in Orphan Black and then watching her in She-Hulk, it's a completely different type of range that she has, more comedic, that she's leaning into. The show is good. It's good. I'm not blown away by it. I'm kind of getting a feel of who Jennifer Walters is. I haven't read the comics, but of course, She-Hulk's a great character. I'm really liking the way she's shaping out, and the fact that we get a new Hulk basically in the MCU is really great, and I love Mark Ruffalo's chemistry with Tatiana Maslany. I think Bruce and Jennifer complement each other quite well. She's like the little cousin, and Bruce looks out for her, and I really like that we have a pretty wicked training montage. I thought that was really cool. I do like the fact that they're helping each other out. I don't know how I feel about the humor. I think the banter and the humor between the two of them works really well. It's everything else. I'm not saying that Tatiana can't hold her own. I think that she's really, really strong in this series so far, and she's being integrated into the MCU pretty well. Like, I think that she just suits the vibe of it. She's very laid back. She's very snippy and witty, and I like that for Jennifer Walters, and it doesn't feel like she's out of place. It feels like she's been there the whole time, which is great. Sometimes adding new superheroes, they don't really like mesh right away, and they take a bit of time to kind of come into their own. But I think that Jennifer Walters just straight away. And the concept of the series allows for, cameos and different introductions to other characters that could possibly show up. And there's a lot of name drops. It is the most connected show to the rest of the MCU because she is an attorney, much like Matt Murdock, which we'll get into later in the series. But I think that having her, who, she is in the MCU and making her debut in the MCU on a Disney Plus show versus Matt, because you can't really bring in Matt Murdock now. It doesn't make any sense to do that for Daredevil. You have to slowly build him up. In this case, we know he exists. We know he's there. That's fine. But with She-Hulk, it makes complete sense that she came first, And the one thing that it's going to be divisive, hopefully not because she's a woman and she's a female superhero. Like, I don't want to hear that stuff anymore. I'm really tired. Hopefully it's not because of that, but it's going to be because of the humor. It's not the typical MCU humor. And I think that people are trying to say that it is, but it's not. Really different, very sitcom-y. It's almost like, when there should be a laugh box for certain jokes, like it should have been in there, but it's not. And you could feel like the jokes aren't landing. And that's why it feels so dry to me. When everyone else is making jokes, it's not working. But when Jennifer's being really sarcastic and, quippy, I like that. But it doesn't work all the time. And I feel like the humor's very inconsistent throughout. I feel like it's kind of messy. I was able to watch the first 4 episodes. So thank you so much, Disney, for giving me the opportunity to watch them. And as they went on, it got better. It got more, fluid, but it just kept changing in each episode. And I know that everyone's like, this is a meta show. It's going to be really meta. That's fine. And I'm not going to make the comparison to the obvious one that everyone's been talking about. But I feel like when you break the fourth wall, You're either constantly breaking the fourth wall or you're not doing it at all. So having a middle point where she'll start talking and breaking the fourth wall, and then you don't see it at all for like another 10-15 minutes, like that's the issue with me. Like it's just very inconsistent. When she breaks the fourth wall, it should be like a constant like side glance to the camera, or like actually talking to us. Like it kind of breaks it throughout the episode, and it's not consistent. I think that's my main issue, is the lack of consistency with the humor, with the fourth wall break, with the character interactions. I feel like it's just disjointed for me. And it's just the first 4 episodes. Again, you're getting 30 minutes each, very episodic. They kind of like, they nailed the sitcom structure. I get that. But again, it's the humor. The humor is just not working for me. And for me to like not laugh and roll my eyes at certain parts, like that's what's making me upset, because it's not Tatiana Maslany, who's a freaking rock star. It's not this cast, because I actually really like Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner in this show more so than the other movies. It's not them. It's not Tim Roth as Abomination. I thought Tim Roth was excellent. It's just the fact that it's not my type of humor. And that's fine. Comedy is personal, and that's okay. It's a good show. I'm excited to see where it goes, if they're going to set up the Thunderbolts, if they're going to, bring in more people. We don't know what cameos there are going to be. We really don't expect certain cameos. So it's just the fact that I don't know how to feel about it. And that's okay. The first 4 episodes are all set up. We have 6 more after this, so it can get better. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying it's good. It didn't blow me away. The CGI was improved. I actually think that the Jennifer Walters CGI was better than the Bruce Banner CGI. We've had years to perfect Bruce Banner, so I'm kind of confused as to why Jen's looks better than Bruce. But besides the point, there are post-credit scenes, really fun post-credit scenes in every single episode. I understand what they're trying to do to it. The meta's really on the nose, and they're really speaking directly to the Twitter universe, to the critics. I don't understand what they're trying to get at, but it's still a fun show. That's what it is. It's a fun show. Jennifer Walters is freaking great. I love Tatiana Maslany, again, for the ground level operations, basically, because we know it's going to be with Matt. We know it's going to be with Spidey eventually, hopefully. We know that that's coming. So I think that if this ties into like Echo and then ties into Daredevil, I think that we're in for a real treat. But again, for me, to wrap this up, it's a good show. The humor is not going to be for everyone, but Tatiana Maslany is a freaking superstar, and I love her as Jennifer Walters. I just wish that the writing for the character is just a bit better, and the structure of the story just comes into play. Maybe I'll like it down the road. I'll love it down the road. It's a good show. It's a good start for Jennifer Walters, and I hope you guys enjoy the first episode, and I hope you enjoy the first 4 episodes. So if you guys enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.